today. My name is Mackenzie. I'm so happy that you're here. So today I'm bringing you a video all about how to embrace being an empath. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are some ways that I feel like being an empath is really a good thing, and I'm going to go into depth and explain it a little bit more if you're kind of curious about that. And the 3 ways that I feel like you can really embrace it, because it really truly is a gift. So I was doing a little bit of research online, and I found that the best definition of being an empath was that being an empath is like having a sticky aura. So you're like one of those sticky toys that kind of everything just sticks to it. And you are walking around, and people's energies and people's feelings and emotions just kind of stick with you, and they stay with you throughout your whole day, and it can be really, really draining. So here are some things that I found that if you are still questioning if you're an empath, that this definitely means that you're an empath. So some common characteristics are an inner knowing and intuition. You kind of you feel the things that are around you. You feel the way that people are reacting to you, and you can really feel how people respond to you. So the next thing is somebody who is a dreamer, and this goes for all people, but I just feel like a lot of people who just love to daydream, and they have this huge imagination, and they kind of live in their heads. Sometimes that's also a common characteristic. So the next thing is a truth seeker, so people that can see through other people's lies. I have not been very good at this. I tend to be very gullible, but I know lots of other empaths who are definitely very good at telling when people are lying. Another really big one is being emotionally overwhelmed in public places. So when there's big crowds of people and there's just a lot of energy bouncing around, it can be really overwhelming. I know for me, I did some political campaign work in college, and going to those rallies was way too overwhelming for me. And it was really cool being able to go and see all these speakers and stuff, but having so much just negative energy around me and people shouting at each other, it was just too much. So another thing is picking up on the emotional and physical pain of others. So this is really fascinating to me, because I feel like sometimes if people are feeling pain, sometimes I feel the pain too. So if you're having pain in your back, and we interact with each other, sometimes I'll start feeling pain in my back. So it's just kind of interesting, and it's interesting to tell what other empaths are also picking up. So another thing is taking on other people's stress, and also just kind of getting swept up in the drama of a lot of things. So when you're an empath, you tend to get emotionally stressed out just because you're taking on the stress of other people as well as your own, and dealing with that kind of conflict. And it can be really, really tough having to deal with that, and also recognizing that maybe it's the other person that's feeling that way, it's not necessarily you. So being able to kind of learn how to notice when it's not your own energy, it's somebody else's, is actually really a lifesaver. So these are just some of the common characteristics of being an empath. There is a million other things, and it might seem like this is not a good thing, but trust me, it's an amazing thing, because even though sometimes we can really pick up on the negative things of other people and the other emotional stresses and things, that also means that we can really absorb the positive energy. And when we're around positive people and when we're in positive situations, we can really take advantage of that and skyrocket it to the next level. So here are some of the ways that I feel like are best to deal with being an empath. These are some things that I researched online, as well as share some things that I've learned along the way. So the first thing that I really embraced is to find your solitude. So taking time for yourself and really just focusing on what your needs are. So sometimes for empaths, we want to make people feel better. If somebody's not feeling good, we tend to just completely take away our own needs and focus solely on making that other person feel better, or making the situation better, or making a group of people change energy. But in reality, that doesn't meet our own needs, and so we need to take time to figure out what those are and really just build up our own positive selves. So taking time to find solitude is really amazing, which brings me into my next thing, which is to embrace the nature around you. So being in nature is amazing, because being around water, being around trees, being around plants is really high vibrational, and it's a really positive environment to be in. So when you're an empath and you really soak in the energy around you, being in nature is the highest state that you can be in, and the highest vibrational area that you can soak in and to put your mind into a more positive state. So the last thing that I want to say is to get creative. So a lot of empaths are really creative. So finding your creative outlet, whether it's writing, whether it's videography, which I feel like that's definitely mine, photography, painting, all those different creative things are really amazing to just express the emotion that you're feeling. And I find sometimes I'm most creative when I'm not feeling the best, because then you just let it out, and then you look back and you're like, wow, like that was a really amazing project I worked on, or this piece of writing was really good, or I took this amazing photo. So being able to hone in on your creativity and find what makes you feel really good and really positive is sure to help you deal with some of the negatives in being an empath. So I hope that helps some of you empaths. Let me know in the comments below if you are an empath and any tips that you can give the little tribe that's here on the channel. And before you forget, if you haven't subscribed already, please go and subscribe below and give me a thumbs up. I love you all so much, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!